Okay, let's see how fast. Okay, we're ready to go. So, as I mentioned, olfaction is fantastic for surviving. If you go into a home or a building and you smell natural gas, which has had a sulfur chemical added to it so that you can smell leaking of gas, the best thing to do, of course, is to bring a lighter with you and light it. There have been people killed, so you shouldn't do that when a whole house is incinerated and exploded. So the olfactory organs in the receptors above your nasal cavity, and they're sensitive to about 300 different odorants, and smell is intimately associated with your taste. So between taste receptors and olfactory receptors, you're going to be able to sense uh, varying taste. If you get COVID, you may not be able to do that. If you get long COVID, you may lose it for the rest of your life. So it's not a good idea not to be vaccinated because you're serving as a very, very active growth location. So even if you get uh, not vaccinated and you get COVID, you've allowed your body and your experience to produce more viruses and to infect more people. So I'm just totally, totally dismayed at why people don't want to take a vaccine. The world without vaccines would be an absolutely horrible place with constant death from smallpox, diphtheria, constant death from COVID, as we have now. 95% of the people in the hospital ICU units are unvaccinated. So I hope you're all vaccinated to do your duty and to, again, care about your fellow humans. Another thing is that olfactory sensations seem to be very, very, very intimately connected to how you choose a spouse or how do you choose a partner, because everybody has a unique set of odorants, and sensation of a person's smell is very central to who you decide to mate with. It may influence who you marry, and those are very, very, very ancient and very, very strong stimulations for choosing a mate. We look at the olfactory organs, these uh, plates within your nose. Uh, they're there to warm the air and cause turbulence. These are called nasal conchae, CONCHE. Just above your nasal cavity is the olfactory bulb, sending fibers into your nasal cavity. And this is the first cranial nerve. It sends it through the cribriform plate of the ethmoid. And this is the olfactory nerve. These are the nerves, these are the tracts. And this information is sent to your olfactory center. And so this is one large cranial nerve dedicated to sense of olfaction. If you look at the fine structure of the olfactory receptors, they're embedded in olfactory epithelium, supported by connective tissue. The nerves go through the cribriform plate of the ethmoid bone. So uh, when you have substances odorants dissolved in moisture, uh, these olfactory receptors are very effective in noticing the odorants in the air. What amazes me is how much of a difference there is between women and men in the sense of smell. My wife is constantly telling me, "Don't you smell that?" I go, "No." And she's having a fit. We ate some shrimp the other night, and we put shrimp peels in the garbage, and my wife is overcome with the rotting production of odorants by fish skins, and I got to put that in the garbage can outside. Otherwise, my wife will smell it, and I won't. Okay, olfactory pathways. So the receptors go through the uh, cribriform plate of the ethmoid bone, synapse with the olfactory bulb, and they end up in the olfactory cerebral cortex, the hypothalamus, and the limbic system. Okay, let's stop there. Let's go back to stop recording. Stop recording.